If your Etsy keywords are vague at best, your perfect buyers are just not finding you. It's not your listings. It's not anything to do with your products. They just aren't seeing you. So if that feels like you need to listen up. Okay, let's get straight into it. Point number 1. I really want to make this simple because SEO sounds very like corporate and jargony and a bit weird, okay? But all it literally is, all Etsy is doing is it is taking the words that you are putting in your titles, tags, attributes, description, and a couple of other places, and they are simply matching it with what a buyer has typed in the search bar. Basically, Etsy is trying to connect shoppers with products that match their search. So your job, a seller's job, is to simply use buyer language. I don't want to see the word beautiful in your title. I don't want to see collection names. I don't want to see jargon like hammered finish and, I don't know, hand fired or hand roasted. I don't want to see any of that. You have to think in simple terms because when someone is searching for your product, they don't know your collection name and they don't care, to be honest with you. They don't know your jargon. They don't know your maker language. But what they do know is they literally want a lavender bath bomb, or they literally want red shea butter lip balm, or they literally want a vanilla scented candle, okay? They want what they want, and what they want is being typed into the search bar. Etsy wants to show shoppers products that match what they typed, and exact matches always rank higher, okay? So if you know there's a phrase that your target market would type in the search bar to find your product, you want to be using that phrase exactly. Like I said, your job is to use the words and phrases that your target market are using in that search bar. All right, point number 2, specific beats clever, okay? Broad keywords are not doing you any favors. They are actually just eating up valuable SEO title space in that little box, okay? That's all they are doing. And when I say broad, I mean things like gift for her, or gift for mum, or wall art, or I don't know, birth month. Like, that is far too broad, okay? Now, not only is it going to be a very competitive space for you to rank in, but also, is your buyer typing in wall art and expecting to find you? Are they actually going gift for mum and expecting to straight away land on something perfect? Broad keywords are far too vague for Etsy to be able to successfully match you up with that perfect buyer. Specific phrases give Etsy much clearer information. Now, not only that, but you know how you search for things, okay? Let's say you go onto Amazon, right? And you are looking for a water bottle, okay? You're going to start the search by typing in water bottle, okay? And then you're going to have a little scroll around and you're going to go, yeah, okay, maybe I want a pink water bottle. And then you're going to add that pink water bottle. So you're going to amend your search. Then again, you're going to have a little scroll around. You're going to go, right, yeah, we're getting there. And then you're going to go, I wonder, pink stainless steel water bottle. And then you type that in, you click enter, and you find the thing that in your mind's eye you were looking for. So can you see that if you just typed in water bottle and that was your title, your SEO phrasing, that was it, you pretty well would have been lost. You would have been lost in the noise, and you would have been lost in the fact that your target market is going to refine their search and add words. That is exactly how people shop on Etsy. So now I can kind of hope that you can see why your vague keywords are actually damaging your search traffic. Point number 3. You don't want to keyword stuff every mortal part of your listing. You want to use keywords in the right places. So what do I mean by this? Keywords, pretty well, should appear in places that Etsy uses to understand the listing. Okay, we just want to make this whole process easy for both of us, both you and Etsy, okay? And I want to make this clear, it doesn't mean you have to repeat the same phrase 20,000 times within your listing. A couple of times is fine, maybe even 3 or 4 times if it's like a really good keyword phrase, but you don't want to keyword stuff everywhere. So where keywords matter in your listing is, you might want to write this down, titles, most important, tags, most important. Those are the two big ones, all right? Then you have your description, your categories, and your attributes, okay? Now, the reason why your titles and tags are important is because they're like the first place that Etsy looks. And they also kind of rank it higher. So let's say you have a phrase that's in your attributes, but not in your title, tags, description. They're kind of going to go, well, we'll show it, but we'll show it on page 80, 85, right? If it's in the title and tags, that is where you're like, okay, this looks like an exact match. We are going to rank this higher. Okay. Now, by the way, when you are doing your search engine optimization, your SEO, you're looking at your keywords and all that faff, you do not want to just be writing it for Etsy. No, you want to actually be writing it for Google as well. So that is why we want to include keywords in your description as well. Point number 4, use the Etsy search bar. The Etsy search bar can literally help makers spot how buyers are already searching. And you can actually keep like a very simple keyword list that you can actually type in the search bar. And what happens is that you have that little drop down menu that comes down that says, hey, here's what people are searching for. You know, Google does the same thing where you start typing in a search and it has this little drop down menu. Etsy pretty well does the same thing. And it's getting better day by day. So don't think you have to use like any paid Etsy tool. You are going to get bombarded now with ads and emails and things about all these really cool paid tools. I honestly don't actually use them. I only use one, and that's eRank. And honestly, I only purely use it for one specific purpose and not for anything else. But yeah, you don't have to really use them. You don't have to pay any money to do SEO research. You can do it all for free. So like I said, you start typing in what your product is. Don't use anything fancy. Just literally, it's a silver bracelet, or it's a silver elephant bracelet, or it's a silver kids elephant bracelet. Like, just start typing in what your product actually is in that search bar. Then look at what that drop down menu, what Etsy actually suggests. Those suggestions are actually showing you what buyers are searching for. And then keep a little keyword list for every product type that you have. Like, it's as simple as that. Now, I'd recommend not only using the Etsy search bar for this, but actually using places like Google, like Pinterest, and actually having a look and doing the same thing and seeing how people on those platforms are also searching, especially Google, because that actually is a sneaky one. And I'm not sure if you guys know, but your Etsy listings will also be put onto Google as well. So you want to be making sure that you are, researching in both areas. As you can probably tell, keywords matter, but they are not the whole conversion puzzle. And that is why I have written this. If your Etsy listings are not selling yet and you have no idea why, this is a completely free 72-page guide with like drawings and all that kind of stuff in there, showing you why your Etsy listings are not selling and how to fix it. It's completely free. Grab it while it is still free, mind you. I'm going to pop the link for that below in the show notes, description, wherever you are consuming this. The next step after sorting your keywords is knowing what to focus on this week so that you can move forward towards your first sale without trying to market everywhere at once, because that's exhausting. What I want you to do is, if you are listening to this on the podcast, I want you to go and search for episode 108. If you're watching this on YouTube, I want you to go and watch this video. I'll put the thumbnail on screen for you now. It's titled "What to Do This Week If You're New to Etsy," in brackets, a simple plan. So go and hunt out that video next. I will see you there, because that is going to be your next step after watching this video.